I made a tweet and I said there are only two genders, and it did crazy numbers, okay? This tweet is targeted at the people trying to cancel people. This is cancel culture. I'm coming at cancel culture right now. I'm gonna cancel culture. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, I guess Adin Ross doesn't believe that anymore, because recently on one of his streams, he went and unironically told his audience to find some girl's docs and to find her high school and what school she goes to find her job, because she said the N-word on one of his streams.
Real conversation with somebody, right? You put a fucking clip that, get her kicked out of school, get her kicked out, nah, that was crazy as fuck. Get her kicked out of school. This is cancel culture. I'm coming at cancel culture right now. I'm gonna cancel culture. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Like, dude, I'm not out here condoning the usage of the N-word or this girl's behavior of going around calling random people the hard R on the internet. Like, if I see it, I will think it's funny and I'll laugh at it just because of how out of pocket it is and wild it is, for the same reason why you laugh at a lot of fucked up things. But no, you shouldn't go around calling people the hard R online. But dude, how fucking dumb do you have to be to not understand the weight and influence of your audience? Live streaming to 60, 70,000 people, telling them to go get this girl kicked out of school and to find her school. Like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Get her kicked out of school. Get her kicked out of school. Get her kicked out of school. This is cancel culture.
Now, if I'm being charitable, I don't think Adin Ross is some malicious guy, or that he did this on purpose to try to like push some agenda, as opposed to some of the really left-leaning people on Twitter, where if they heard you say the N-word online, they would maliciously go after you and try to find where you work at, try to find your house, try to dox you for saying that for more malicious reasons. But that's the far left. Adin Ross here, I just think he's a dumbass fucking kid who doesn't understand the consequences to his own actions. But does that make what he did okay? No, it just slightly lowers the weight of it, because if you're doing something out of malice, obviously that's gonna be worse than doing it out of ignorance. But it's like, holy shit, dude, Adin Ross is 21, 22-ish, and he's been a popular creator with a big influence for a long time now. He's been streaming for, I want to say, about like 3 years consistently now at a decently big audience. So dude, to not understand the ramifications and the responsibility, like, it sounds cringe to say, but unironically, you have a responsibility on your fucking platform to not go out and tell your fucking audience, which you know it's gonna happen, as we're gonna go over later, and to say go find this girl's information and get her kicked out of school is fucking insane. And of course, that's exactly what happened. Dipshits and his audience went out and found this girl's actual high school and reported her, sending a video of her saying the N-word to her high school in an attempt to get her expelled. Dude, I'm all for memes and everything, but just watching that video, I just feel such disgust. And it's like, you think you're the badass here. You think you're the internet badass when you're unironically reporting to this bitch's school that she said the N-word online, trying to get this girl's unironic life ruined. Because we've seen situations like this before. I mean, this is like, by definition, cancel culture. A young kid or student will say some really regretful shit in their past, mind you, in their past when they're still a kid, and that ends up fucking their whole life. I mean, there was a situation where some girl said the N-word on her like private Snapchat story, and because someone on her private Snapchat story leaked that to the public, she ended up not getting accepted to the colleges and universities that she was applying to because of this video getting sent to them because some loser tried to fuck her over. So much for canceling cancel culture. The most obvious case of unironic cancel culture, you engage in the same behavior. Once I saw this, I put out a tweet saying anyone who thinks 2016 was more toxic than now in 2023 is just wrong. We're living in a time where it's celebrated online to go and find an 18-year-old's high school and try to get them expelled for saying the N-word. Things used to stay online. Now people want to ruin lives, which maybe that sounds a little bit over dramatic and played up for Twitter, like now people want to ruin lives. But like, unironically, I don't know about you guys, but I was like decently online back in 2016, and I don't don't remember any of this being to the same extent as it is now, of taking things that happen online and trying to get real world consequences from it. I feel like that's at its peak in nowadays in 2023. And what everyone calls the most toxic time in the internet, 2016, it doesn't even scratch the surface of nowadays, in my opinion. It's just a different form of toxicity that I think is way worse for overall society, unironically. Because in 2016, what was toxic? What was too far? It was making fun of the way people look online, bullying, cyberbullying, and definitely an increase of slur usage and overall kind of hate speech. But for the most part, it was just cyberbullying and making fun of other people online. But nowadays, now that big social media companies have put into place hate speech policies, you can't go around calling people the F slur or even being like extremely mean, like saying you're a fucking dumbass, dude. Like, dude, I'll write that in the replies to someone on Twitter and it'll tell me this could be hurtful and hateful comment. You might want to rethink your tweet. And I'll have to edit it because I'm too fucking scared I'm gonna get my Twitter taken down. So for some reason, we've now heavily policed those kind of actions and heavily policed cyberbullying, but stuff like this is socially acceptable to go out and get much bigger consequences to try to ruin people's lives. I mean, dude, I don't know about you guys, but I would rather take getting cyberbullied and called a couple slurs online any day of the week than getting my life ruined by not getting accepted to the college I get into for saying a regretful thing in my past. Or you can even extend this to getting fired from your job because crazy people online try to send this to your employers to get you fired. That kind of new toxicity is way worse than anything in the past in 2016 where you're just getting bullied. Augie RFC, another good commentary channel, put out, so Adin Ross, who pretends to be edgy, is just doxing people and encouraging his chat to get kids kicked out of school for saying the N-word now. What a cuck. And it's true. I mean, Adin Ross has transformed into a decently edgy content creator who says a whole bunch of edgy things, especially in his like most recent arc with Andrew Tate or whatever. He's an edgy guy, especially in comparison to some of the bigger streamers around him at his size. He's edgy and he wants to cancel culture. He's against the woke mob or whatever the fuck he says. Regardless, he's against that same type of shit, but here he is engaged in the same behavior. It's just fucking dumb because that's what he is. He's an idiot. He's not malicious. He's just a retarded guy who doesn't understand the ramifications of his huge platform. But yeah, overall, that's my thoughts on this Adin Ross situation. Just sad and disappointing because this girl actually might get like horrible consequences for saying something realistically. Yeah, it's bad to call someone the hard R N-word online. You shouldn't do it. But the consequences for this action, I feel like, is going to be way higher than what is deserved.
Get her kicked out of school.
This is cancel culture. I'm coming at cancel culture right now. I'm gonna cancel culture. Do you understand what I'm saying?